Hello everybody, so it is Sunday the 8th. It's about an hour before Falink Raid day, so I'm doing the free-to-play version. We're going to do my 5 raids and go. I've been seeing reports that shinies are good, everything's going to be fun. But the one thing I wanted to talk about today as well is the lead up to the Go Big event that's going to be starting on the 10th. And that's all about the mechanics of Dynamax in Pokemon Go. So the first thing I want to talk about is the currency for Dynamax, which is max particles. So max particles can be found in the little menu on the bottom right. When you open it up, you'll see Pokemon, raids, power spots, and routes. So you click on the power spot and you'll see how much max particles or MP that you can hold. Now, the maximum you can hold is 1,000. You can't gain any more after you hit that 1,000 threshold, and you won't lose any. Say you're at 990 and you gain 300 from the 2 kilometers walking. You won't lose that, but you can't gain any more. So it's a hard cap on that 1,000, and that currency is important because it can do several things for us related to Dynamax and the Dynamax battles and the Dynamax Pokemon. So we know what the currency is. So we have the max particles. So what can it do? So let's look at a Dynamax Pokemon here. And I have 2 Dynamax Wooloo, for example. And when you scroll down to the Dynamax options, you're going to see max moves. So in Pokemon Go, we'll have 3 max moves that we can do for these Dynamax battles. So the first one is going to be the attacking move of the type that we have here. So because Wooloo is a normal type, we'll get Max Strike. And there's different max moves for every type in the game. I'm assuming if it goes by the same naming conventions that Sword and Shield, the video game, has on the Switch, then Max Strike, Max Flare, Max Geyser, etc., will be the attacking move. Then we have a Max Guard, which is a defensive move. So Max Guard will reduce the damage that you receive that turn. And then Max Spirit is a Pokemon Go exclusive max move. And what that is, it's more of a healing move. It's almost like a healing cheer that we see in Scarlet and Violet in the Terra Raid battles. And these moves can have different levels. When you first get a Pokemon, it looks like you only have like one level 1 move, and you have to unlock the other ones. So the one I have on my screen, I've already unlocked Max Guard once, and I haven't unlocked Max Spirit yet. But we have 1,000 MP, so what I wanted to do was actually show that unlocking one to level 1 is 400 MP plus candy. That's another aspect of this Dynamax Pokemon, Dynamax battle mechanic that we have to be very conscious of, is that we have to use candy of the Pokemon we want to do. So it isn't just managing with 1,000 MPs every day. We have to make sure we get the candy for the Pokemon as well. So we're going to train this Max Spirit. So we just unlocked Max Spirit. So now this Wooloo has a level 2 Max Strike, a level 1 Max Guard, and a level 1 Max Spirit. On top of the fact that I probably should power it up and or evolve this Pokemon. But for right now, we're just kind of looking at the moves to kind of give you an idea. 800 MP to make an attack to a level 3, and 600 MP to make an attack to a level 2. So, and then 100 candies plus, and the candy ramps up just as much as anything else in Pokemon Go. So there's a lot to kind of manage and balance. Personally, I think the 1,000 MP is a little low. I think there's more that we could do with it, but right now it's perfectly fine. So we use some of that MP, so now I'm back down to 640, so I gained some more. And you can gain MP by going to these power spots. You can get MP by walking 2 kilometers and claiming it. I think that's 300. But another piece to this that is very frustrating, I'm going to straight out say it, it's frustrating, is the fact that you can only collect 800 MP a day. So it's a currency that has a hard cap of how much you can hold, but also a cap of how much you can collect a day. So there's not much grinding that you can do. So you just have to make sure this is a long-term investment to a Pokemon that you are selecting to be your Dynamax Pokemon. And with that, from the reports that we've seen, we can also leave Pokemon in the Dynamax battles once we defeat it to help other trainers in the future. But we won't know that and really know that part of the mechanic until the Go Big event goes live on the 10th at 10 a.m. So right now, we're all around the world. We see these max spots. We've been getting these Dynamax Pokemon, the Wooloo and the Scohit, from the special research. So we all have a Dynamax eligible Pokemon. It's really up to you on how you want to get that ready for this Go Big event. I will say there's some good aspects to the Dynamax Adventures. I think just having another thing to do that it's in person is not necessarily bad. I think this is a better version of Elite Raids. I think this 4-person max, these are lower levels to begin with. They'll scale. They will for sure. But right now we're getting just an itty bitty level 1 taste of this mechanic, and I think that's good. But the 1000 MP cap, these Pokemon are really just, they have their own niche, which is cool. Gives some Pokemon that will never be used in raids an opportunity to be successful. But this isn't as good and as much as I was hoping for. I had a lot of high praise for Dynamax from my experience playing Sword and Shield. I love Dynamax battles in that game. I love Dynamax adventures in that game, and I was really hoping that there was a lot coming to Pokemon Go, and I'm a little disappointed. I'm still having my full decision out until the Go Big event is done to see how that experience feels. But right now, the days leading up to it, it's rough. It really is. But I wanted to explain just how the beginning basic mechanics work right now. It's a lot. It's not really, there's still a lot of unknowns, but we have enough to prepare, hopefully, properly for our first Dynamax battle. And it's going to be a little bit of trial and error. Hopefully we don't have to use a lot of MP to enter these, because that's another piece. We have to pay. It's to basically use max particles to enter Dynamax battles from what we understand. So hopefully we can gain that, and hopefully this currency and the storage of the currency evolves over time. That's still to be determined. But I'm going to get ready for Falink's raid day. Chris and I are going to go to the park, get some raids done. From what we've seen, it's 1 in 10 shiny odds. The shiny Phalanx is live and active, and it's a pure fighting type. It's going to be a 3-star raid, so your flying, your psychic, and your fairy Pokemon are definitely going to be your buddies. Mega Gardevoir is probably the best choice you can do if you have a good Gardevoir or you have something you can Mega. Definitely just pop a Mega Gardevoir. You can probably solo it with that Gardevoir. But I'm going to get ready. We'll go to the park, see what type of the raids we get, see how everything's looking, and we'll just touch base with that raid day experience, and we'll be right back. We just got to the park, and it started raining at the beginning of the hour, so looks like this is going to be a drive raid, so we're going to go to another place after we're done this. So we're going to pop into our 2 raids here. Hour timers, which is weird for a 3-star, but it is what it is. But it should be a fairly easy raid to do. Like, I'm not going to invite anyone. I'm in the one on the right. I've had friends tell me you could solo it. I did a Mega Gardevoir just because it's super easy to do. And then we'll see how this goes, because we're duoing these. I did not look what a hundo was, but really we're shining hunting today. We're not. The Phalanx isn't going to be a Pokemon that you're using for raids. It isn't going to be a Pokemon that you're using for PvP or any PvE content, really. It's just a really nice looking shiny. It is a shiny from the Galarian Dex. It is a Galar Pokemon, so it makes sense that it is debuting during this event. So we just started. Honestly, I'm curious to see how quickly a duo is going to be, because I think we both brought in a Mega Gardevoir. So but fairly straightforward. Like, another thing I guess Pokemon Niantic, or really Niantic released, was a PvE raid balancing, but it doesn't really affect something like this. It's more or less those harder 5-tier raids that the balancing is going to be addressing, but nothing crazy. That your dangerous hitters are still your dangerous hitters. The ones that are maybe been a little fringe may have gotten a little bit more accessibility, but when we're talking 5-star rating Pokemon, we're still looking for those level 50s. Alright, so one raid down. Took like 30 seconds to do over this, so yeah, you could easily solo this. So 1316 was my CP.
I didn't look, you know I don't. I had the final strike, bitch.
Nope. Not shiny for me. So we're gonna keep on raiding. And if we get any shinies, we will let you know. Can you? Raid number 5, 1651. I think that might be, I don't know. I have no idea what the hundo is, but the number is the highest I've seen all day. Getting a lot of rare candies, though. I am not complaining about that.
Final strike 3 times in a row.
And no shiny for me.
Shiny!
And she got 1641 is her shiny, too.
I got the chocolate balls.
So we've done 4 raids? 5 raids. So then 1 in 10, that's about right. So I am going to see what a 1651 is from an IV perspective. Because when we did Lucario Raid Day, she got a shiny, and then I got a perfect, so... But a perfect Lucario is much better than a perfect Falink. She wanted the shiny more than I did. I had like 3 shinies in my other games.
My bad.
Oh, mine might be really good then. She got a good one.
Whatever, y'all know, I don't care.
Yeah, it's alright. Alright, so I think we have enough. I think we both have 1 more raid pass left. We'll try to do a 6. If not, we'll just go home. But we got the shiny. 1 in 10. So we hit pretty much odds on that. And we will try to do 1 more raid and see what we can get. Alright, so we did have a 6th raid to do. So just finished it. Kristen's game crashed in the middle, so I had to kind of stall until she got back in.
Hate my phone.
But I got the shiny, 1606. So 2 shinies out of 12 raids.
No, 16.
2 shinies out of 12 raids, so that's not too bad. I'm gonna silver pineapple it because, and then we're gonna go home. It's on and off rain for the last 45 minutes or so for this hour, but we got our raids in. Not too bad. Each got a shiny.
Well, but it's about to get nasty. Look on that side.
Oh, it's dark. Yeah, so we're gonna go home so we can get dry.
Before it gets bad.
Yeah. So, like we talked about, Dynamax Raid Day, I think, is a formula that they've done really well. They've kind of mastered it, and I'm always super happy about it. This Dynamax that's coming up in the area you see around us. There's a whole bunch of max spots. There's going to be a whole bunch of potential for these battles to happen that are going to be raid alternatives, but they're local only. No remote versions of them just yet. But a very successful raid hour, a very optimistic but yet critical Dynamax experience so far, but we will see what happens. Like I said, the Go All Out event is starting on the 10th at 10 a.m. That's where we get our first taste of Dynamax battles, and we'll kind of see how that experience goes. As a brief reminder, Dynamax Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur will be coming in those fights, but Niantic has given us Wooloo and Scovet as our first Dynamax Pokemon for those fights. So power those up accordingly, manage your max particles, as we know it's a very limited quantity, and we'll kind of see how the rest of it goes. We're going to get home, relax, watch some football, and enjoy the rest of this weekend.
Gotta go tell Vims I got the shiny chocolate balls.
Hope everyone has a great raid day experience, and I will see you guys later.